Buenos días, hermano y hermanas. Es Copy Who, yo soy el producer. ¿Producer? Yo soy Paul, the producer. Pablo el producer. Oh man, never mind. I blew that one. Trying to be in a good mood starting out here. What a harrowing weekend I've had. I've literally had to get in character for this because I'm living a harrowing life right now. One that doesn't make me particularly happy. This is part of the reason I'm not super happy. You know what I'm saying? This right here. Boop, not my boobs. What it says on my phone. What it says on my shirt. I went through all my rituals today. I hope everything is working normally. There's no autofocus. I was upset on Friday because halfway through the show I realized, why is it just getting blurry and then not blurry? Well, autofocus was on. And what I learned today was, when I start out, this stupid thing, honestly, I usually, just like always, go to the cameras and I check, make sure they're working right. But once I load up this program that I use to record the show, it somehow resets the autofocus and the autofocus goes back on. So I have to go back in. In fact, I'm going to look right now. Is autofocus on right now, dude? Okay, it's not. Good thing it's not, because that would piss me fucking off. And I sound a little like Cartman, because it did piss me off. It's not on now. You see that? It's working perfectly. Stupid autofocus, because I felt like I had a pretty good, performance on Friday. I felt good about myself for the performance I put in. I'm having to get into character, and it does uplift my spirit, especially when in my real life, I'm miserable about a handful of things. I'm really upset about some things. And yesterday was not my finest day in certain respects. If people were like a fly on the wall all day, they'd be like, wow, dude's gloomy. And there was something I did right after I woke up and was walking downstairs where if you were watching, you would be like, whoa, what was that all about? And I'm not going to admit what it was to you, but I'm just saying I feel far from normal in life right now. With who I am, what's going on, some things are just really nagging me quite incessantly. I blame others, though. But I do have some responsibility for the choices I've made in life. And, you just got to keep living with them. They just keep going. Sometimes you can't get rid of shitty people who just glob onto you and they won't let go. And I'm not talking about anyone. Well, I'm not being specific about anyone. And one of these things deals with a poor decision I made that wasn't personal. It just had a financial repercussion that is fucking dragging my mood down, definitely. Trying to be cool about it, though. Oh, dagnabbit, cholesterol. I'm still fucking preoccupied with this issue I have with my cholesterol. So lunch today was a little different. I made a salami sandwich, and not bad. I had Brussels sprouts, and what I've been doing is steaming vegetables. So I've been steaming either Brussels sprouts or broccoli, and I squeeze lemon over the top, which is supposed to be good for you. But I just feel like I feel trapped, like the walls are closing in on me. Like I can't eat anything without thinking, what are the corporate motherfuckers who supply our food spraying on it to depopulate the world? Honestly. So I have this hiccup right now. And so I want to go over here and I want to do this and just fill this up like a normal man. I like to drink water, and it's a real thirst right now, to be honest with you. My throat feels dry. I feel, what do they call it, poached? Is it called poached? I feel poached, yo. I'm going to grab one of these stirring sticks, because that's my new show ritual, and throw it right in there like that. So last night I had a plate of carnitas, which I love. I love the carnitas. I'm obsessed with the carnitas. I've been, maybe that's why my cholesterol is so high. I've been focused on eating carnitas more often because I think certain people are trying to get rid of carnitas and phase out pork in the world. I believe God gave us pork, and you shouldn't be able to phase it out. So I hope at some point people start standing up to you. But imagine, you're going to grow your own pork, and then the government is going to show up in riot gear to fuck with you, because that's government, psycho government. What are you going to do about psycho government? You just can't fucking help it. Psycho government is psycho government. They wouldn't be psycho government if they weren't, by definition, psycho government. It's circular logic that they use to justify their fucking fuckery. Yeah. So my shirt is apropos for the things I'm saying right now. I eat carnitas. I kind of have this attitude sometimes, even though I have altered a little bit of my nutrition because of the cholesterol news. Ya bitch-ass cholesterol! Even though I've altered it, I'm like, I'm just gonna eat some of the things I still enjoy, because otherwise, what is life worth? Well, like, what's the meaning of life if you can't enjoy certain things a little bit? I'm gonna resist eating bugs for as long as possible. I'm gonna resist CBDC. I'm gonna resist vax passports. I'm gonna resist vaccines. I'm gonna resist masks. And you know, the government says we're fucking terrorists if we don't want to do those things. So I don't want to get too much into that, because it does have a tendency to piss me off. And this is not supposed to be about anger. It's supposed to be about fun. Yes, for real. And so, I mean, you hear when I start raising my voice like that, that's real. I'm like pissed off at those things that we're going down this path, and most Americans are like, things are normal, sleepwalking. But they are coming, okay? Ergo, the t-shirt, all right? Ergo, the t-shirt. The t-shirt. Get the t-shirt. You understand the t-shirt? I think I got it from a place called Wide Awake Media. I'll have to like throw him I will tag him when I post a screenshot picture of me showing off that I'm wearing the shirt today. I want him to follow me and be my pal and come on here and talk to me, and we'll talk on Rumble, because we know that YouTube will fuck us over and not let us speak to anyone more than like 5 people who tune out after 3 minutes because they're like, this is boring, and you don't even want to be here for the exposition. Fine, fuck you. Scram, Buster. We don't need you here. God knows the parasites will find something in this to nitpick, but not sorry. Parasites, in reference to you specifically. Not sorry, parasites. Not sorry. Users and abusers, not sorry. My only regret is not being able to go after you more harshly, because I think that would look bad for me, and I want to. God knows I want to. But I also want to try and do right by God, even though I'm frustrated as F-word. Yeah, so I believe it's time to get into character a little bit. In order to better read my notes on here, I've decided to increase the font size so that when I take off my reading glasses, the font size is more legible for me. What the fuck took me so long to realize that? Honestly, though. I just closed my notes and I'm like, what's next? Okay, so what is there when I look at myself in the mirror? And granted, I see myself naked. I'm the only person who sees myself naked for a while. What a glorious admission that is. So like for a long while, as a matter of fact, I see myself and I shave my head off, you know, every few weeks. It gets gnarly with the hair, and I have male pattern balding on top. But when I shave it off, I feel like I look kind of cool. I have sort of a Vin Diesel kind of look on top of my head, and I dig that. That's cool. But then, like before on here, when I was turning this on and seeing myself on the cameras, I was like, oh my God. It's just a different experience seeing myself as bald on here. Maybe it's because in the mix of things, I always have the beanie on. And so when I see myself on here without the beanie, it's a hard adjustment. But I also see the side of my head and the shape of my head. And then I'm like critical of the orchestrator of the universe, even though I have pretty good looks and I have it, you know, on the scale of looks, I think looking absolutely shitty, looking absolutely perfect. I rate myself somewhere between a 7 and an 8. Not perfect, but certainly something a woman could really like. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm actually truly very thirsty at the moment. This is not a bit. Because sometimes I just hold it to look like I'm a guy holding a cool glass. But seriously, so I don't know. I don't know how to light this scenario right here. So one of these days, if I can get my skin to clear up, And if I can shave my dome completely off and fix the lighting, maybe, just maybe, I will come on here and show you my bald head. Succession last night. Ooh, Succession. Second to last episode, the funeral of Mr. What's his name? Mr. Roy, the owner. I forgot. Logan Roy, the owner of Roy Star something or other. That's the name of the company. I'm not a total obsessed idiot, but I love that show. So they give you these previews to watch this show, and you're like, dude, Romulus is gonna shine. Played by Kieran McCulkin. Whatever. Last name, can't pronounce it. I had to look it up right now just to know. Macaulay Culkin. Kieran Culkin is the name, okay? That's his brother. I had to say Macaulay in order to be able to pronounce that. Anyway, the preview to the stupid show gives you this idea that, oh, yeah, I'm tuning in because Kieran he's like growing up. He's going to shine. He's going to do a great job giving these, what do you call it? It's not a sermon. It's the word for when someone dies. Someone tell me, what's the word for when someone dies and you give them when you go up in front of everyone and you pay tribute to them with a speech. So he went up there to do that after his uncle gave a rather scathing speech of Logan, not very kind at all. And he blew it big time. He just started weeping up on this Catholic altar. And it was like, I was like, oh, he's going to step up. He's going to do something amazing. But he just broke down. And then Kendall came to the rescue. And I was really impressed with how he stepped up in that moment. Was really good for his character, and he's the character I have most been rooting for on that show. I liked it, and I look forward to seeing the finale. And if they end the show, listen to me now, I swear to God, forgive me, God, for saying that. I swear to coconuts. I swear to the almighty idol coconut. If Shiv Roy wins the show, if she takes over as CEO, I'm going to say, fuck you, HBO. Honestly, because I've invested so much time and enjoyed the storyline so much, and you want to end it by putting that nasty, gnarly, evil, two-faced woman in there? No, Kendall Roy should be CEO. That's the ending I'm expecting, and I want a refund because you fucked up the end of Game of Thrones. God knows. You fucking did that. And, shit almighty. Dude, shit almighty for what you did at the end of Game of Thrones. How would I have ended Game of Thrones? Jon Snow should have been sitting on the Iron Throne. Not Brandon the Broken. Fuck you, HBO. That's the bell, that's the crash, that's the rock stinger. All that for the end of Game of Thrones, honestly. Don't end it wrong. You've had a fucking amazing track run with this show, and I'm going to be the first to say, suck my ass if Shiv Roy wins in all of this. I think it's clear. Roman's done. Romulus is done. And I'm sad for that character because I was hoping he's going to be okay. He's still a billionaire schmuck with serious fucking sexual issues. My sexual issues aren't even close to as messed up as that guy. Don't even want to get into that. Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd, I would like to, before I get into this next moment where I raise my TV up here, I'd like to appeal to people to go over to the Copy Who channel, where there's a link in the description under here on the video on YouTube, and subscribe over there. I may not need subscribers to start streaming live over there after all. But I noticed the videos that I'm uploading are not uploading in 4K or even 1080p. I think I got to have a paid membership or something. So I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I'm also starting to look into Spotify to see if there's some stuff I can put up there. I think they might have some things where I can put up audio of the show and video. But it all is work I have to do afterwards. I like compiling. I don't like much post-production. I post some stuff to social media. I take some screenshots of the show, and that's it. And those are really easy to post. I actually enjoy posting those, except that I'm not getting any traction on Instagram. Instagram really sucks that way, by the way. But if you would subscribe to my channel on over there on Rumble, I'd appreciate it because I do think I might be over there predominantly eventually because there are certain topics I feel restrained to really get in depth with over here at YouTube because I just don't think I'm going to make it anywhere. And plus, I know I've said this, I don't like short attention span bullshit, and I don't want to do a show I don't want to do 15-second, 30-second clips. I really do like having those. Like, I love it if I can have clips from the show and to put up, but it really does take a good amount of focus and work to say, okay, this is a moment in the show worthy of taking a short clip out of, putting it up there. I actually resent short attention spans with people. That's why I read books. Been enjoying this book still, by the way. I did run into a part where I disagreed with God on something, not G-O-D, G-A-D, but I think it's that time. Do you think it's that time?
I think it's that time to do the rise. It's that thing you do. I think Freud would say you're compensating for a small penis size, but what do I know? I'm just Jordan Peterson, and I'm not really into Freud as much as I am. What's the other guy's name who's really an individual? Carl Jung. He's into individuality, you know. He really champions the individual, and so a lot of people like Carl Jung. But everyone has a conspiracy about everyone. If you go down in the annals of history, someone somewhere is always going to be besmirching your reputation, and then, you know, whatever. Whatever meaning, they'll say something bad about you no matter what you do in history. Even they say, oh, never mind about me. I'm just silly Jordan Peterson, and my vocal tone is just one tiny degree off of Kermit the Frog here with Sesame Street News.
Yeah. So it is that time, right? I go bang, bang. Oh, my friends, I did have a shitty weekend. I'm heartened that this particular moment doesn't have the autofocus fuck up. Usually there's some technical fuck up that I run into when I'm doing this, and I'm always sort of like, I don't know what you call it, reticent, reluctant, worried, anxious. I don't know. I really don't know. I go something like this: a beep, a bop, a boop. No. Hold on. I fucked that up. And I will not do it fucked up. I will start it over. I did it wrong. Nope, we're coming completely out of it. Because I'm all about the perfect execution. Screw that, man. Screw that. Okay, now we're going to go like so, with the fader up. And then I go, a beep, a bop, a boop. Now you see that? The new rise. Come now with me and enjoy the strange trail I go down with my mind. It can lead me anywhere. I don't know why I say the things I say. I don't know why I do the things that I do. Maybe because I'm a little crazy. It's the era I grow up in. I could not necessarily be the same person had I been born 150 years ago. Yes, sirree. Could I have done a rise 150 years ago like this? I don't think so. Would have been like a barrel of hay, and the motor would have been run by like a pig running on a wheel or something. Or 100 hamsters going around a wheel, lifting up the television for me. Yeah, that was good. That was fun. I always seem to end it by saying it was fun. Especially, I'm glad I started out in the right way. I'm glad that I didn't start in that trippy way and go back. Of course, though, if you compare it to what you're doing musically, like you would never make like a mistake on the guitar and say, excuse me, stop, go back, start over. It's just not professional to do that. It's really not. And I wouldn't do it. I just keep going through the mistake usually, but that's not the kind of thing. Because the rise is the rise, and if the rise can be perfect, the rise should be perfect. My goodness, man. We're still going here. We're 19 minutes in. Okay. Somehow it fills up. I did not sleep well last night. I recall very specifically one part of my dream was my daughter had a very gigantic, like 50-foot stuffed toy snake. And it was like, why am I thinking of this snake? Why am I thinking of this snake? Because on Saturday, I went outside and I mowed my lawn and I saw a garden snake. And for you, as a matter of fact, I filmed that snake. Let me just open this up for you now. And we'll zoom in on that mother effer. Look at that disgusting, creepy little beast. Whoa, hey. Come back. Come back. See that? It was just a tiny thing, to be honest with you. And so I actually used, it's tiny. It looks big on here, right? Like, look at that. That's probably why I had that gnarly dream about a snake. That's a scary looking snake. And if you go back in the video a little bit, can I do this? Okay. Whoa. Come out once more. I want to pause it during a part of it when it has like its tongue sticking out. Its tongue was freaking me out, man. Freaky tongue on the snake. Zoom in on the snake and we'll see his little tongue sticking out. Whoa! I did not do that. Open back up again, you bastard. There, you see his tongue? Ooh, tiny beast. Lousy little tiny beast. Anyway, I think that's what was with the... So I didn't kill it. I actually spared its life. I figured I'd be kind. And just because the snake is the symbol of evil in the Bible and the symbol of the devil, that particular snake was just trying to survive, right? It's not fair to kill him. I didn't kill him. I did... I removed him from my yard so that I could mow my lawn without chopping the little fucker into a million bits. And in so doing, I must admit, I took my electric blower, which is immense. The power of my electric blower is immense. And I just used the electric blower to blow him across the lawn over to the neighbor's lawn. And he was like tumbling and probably freaked out, but he survived. And I was like, I didn't want to touch him because he was actually like striking. This tiny little thing was striking. And I don't think he was poisonous, but still they give me the heebie-jeebies, so I didn't want to do anything with that little fucker aside from get rid of him. He's out of sight, out of mind now. Fuck that little bastard. All right, here's what I want to do. I want to open this up. But Ryan. So what I have here is it's a little Twitter thing from Rian Stone, and I'm let's see if we go over here. Is it okay? It's all good. Good. So what's going on here, buddy? Okay. There is an inverse correlation between a dude's status and his flex. People who are truly successful keep their mouths shut. If you don't know why, you're not there yet. So, you know why this is funny to me? Because honestly, I gathered when I saw this that, so are you successful, Ryan? Because you, sir, talk a lot. It's like you sit and tweet all day long. And if I'm to take that literally as a truth, see, because you put a lot of shit out there just to bait people. And so every time I'm talking about you, I take the bait. But I'm calling you out. Like, you want to be a BSer? There's an inverse correlation between a dude's status and his flex. Come on, man. You know why? Because people who are truly successful keep their mouth shut. You don't keep your mouth shut. You talk a lot. I talk a lot. And so that is not an absolute. God knows there are exceptions to what you're saying. It's just like I've said on here before, you say things so frequently that give an impression of insight. And they're anything but insightful. You're just like, what can I tweet now to sound insightful? And it winds up being something like that doesn't make sense. And I thought about responding to you on here with a tweet saying, well, then you must not be successful because you sit all day and you tweet shit that is bullshit trying to bait people. And so, or maybe you're not as successful as you want, but you say things, you want me to take you seriously, actually say some real stuff. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to talk about this right now, but I like what this lady said to me. Okay, what now? What's next? Moving right along, keeping it going, keeping the energy flowing. What do I have here? This is a Twitter, internet streamers threatening people's... Oh, this pisses me the fuck off. I do feel a little bit of something about this right here. This fucker needs someone to set him straight. And so there's this fucker in England going around and running up to people and like threatening to kill them. This motherfucker right here. He's threatening to kill them and it's freaking people out because they're taking it seriously. He runs up, he stole some lady's dog and ran away with it, a tiny little dog. And he is just he's getting into people's cars that are sitting there and refusing to get out of them. And so it's going to wind up badly for this guy. I look forward to hearing someone put him in his place. And the law's not doing shit about it. So he's like entering into people's houses uninvited. And that to me is fucking crazy. Let's see what he's... Sorry about bad audio.
Yo! So it's you! Where going from? It's you with the glasses. Yo, yeah, do the die. What?
He said, do you want to die? Do you want to die? So they're going up to people masked and saying, do you want to die? Do you want to die?
Can you take a seat then?
And so they're naturally fucking freaked out. And then these assholes follow him into a restaurant. Behind the bar in the restaurant, I fucking think the law needs to hold these guys accountable, and the fucking shitty ass law, which is just not fucking doing anything for people anymore except, did you offend someone? Let's come visit your house if you fucking offend someone. Oh, is that funny? They're on candid camera. You're threatening to kill them. See, like, I'm telling you, I know people that if you try that with them, they're gonna fucking knock your block off.
Stop, bro. Hey, yo. Do not die, bro. Hey, bro, do not die.
So, like, these are just regular people minding their own business. This guy goes up and he, like, assaulted some Jewish lady, some Hasidic Jewish lady. It's like, someone put these guys in their place. That's what I want, okay? They're going up scaring the shit out of people, and these guys piss me fucking off. You know, someone needs to put them in their place. But you know the law is so fucked up now? Between here and England, if you stand up for yourself, you could wind up being charged. If you actually defend yourself from someone coming up and saying, I'm going to kill you, and if you hurt that person, they'll probably charge you. They'll make you the criminal. Someone shouldn't be allowed to joke like that. Do something, fucking stupid-ass law enforcement. Either stand for what's right or fuck the fuck off. I feel strongly about that. I knew I was going to get a little huffy during that because this is upsetting to me. I don't fucking like certain types of candid camera gigs. If you're scaring people, I'm always wary about the candid camera shit where you're scaring people. You're threatening their life, which means, you know, you could die and then you're going to like ruin their life because they defend themselves against you. These governments need to get their act together. We're not living in a democracy anymore. We're living in an environment where they want to demoralize you to make it fucking unreasonable to defend yourself. Defend yourself and fucking go on the reasonable offensive to change fucking the way government is functioning right now. You shouldn't be able to fucking do that to people. You bet your fucking ass that I resent it. I resent it a lot, okay? I have this other clip here. I actually covered this clip on a Friday from a couple weeks ago where I didn't keep the recording because it was messed up, dude. I'm going to blow it up for you here, and we're going to start playing it.
My name is
and so here's the premise. This super hot chick here is going up to men and saying, will you have sex with me? And immediately, guys are like, oh, yeah, I'll have sex with you. And this is not something... Well, let me just show you what she's doing here. So her name's Andrea, and today we're going to be doing a social experiment. Yeah, a rude one.
And today we're going to be doing a little social experiment, and I'm going to be asking people
and
to have...
so I see this is on the Whatever channel. It's a video from some years ago. Was this produced by Brian, like the dude who does the show? I would like to know. This girl is hot, though. I'm not saying she's not hot. I'm immediately a man, and I have the reaction like, my goodness.
With me. Do you want to have sex with me?
Honey, you are okay or you have any...
Come on, look at that. Look at that bod right there.
You're going to be in jail for these funny things, you know? I'm going to call the police.
He's going to get in trouble. Good for him.
Approach the guy.
So there's one guy who said no. Old guy said no.
Have sex with you?
I like to see what you got in your camera.
Yeah, talk to my partner real quick.
Okay? This is a big offense, you know? This is not China or wherever you're from. What she offered to me is a big offense. You can go to jail for being funny.
So
Would
he's
you have
a
sex
fail.
with me?
You asked the wrong people, and it's a big risk, okay? So look at her. She's built like $1 million as a woman, okay? I don't dispute that. But you know what would happen if someone did this to me? I'd be like, where's the candid camera? What do you fucking think I'm born yesterday? What the fuck is going on here? What are you trying to pull? Pull, metaphorically. So, like, if I sat at a bar for an entire night and I developed a rapport with a woman and then, like, what do you call it? You bounce her out to your own pad or something. That's one thing where you develop a rapport and it makes sense. Like, okay, we've had some drinks. This is what we're doing. It's consensual. We're going to do this. Okay, but it really makes me nervous what she's doing on a number of levels. It makes guys look bad. And guys, we're wired that way. So it's like sex, 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 sex. Oh my God. Hot woman asking me for sex. Let's go. But not me. Like I am built so skeptical and cynical. Like what's going on here? Why are you asking me? Where are the cameras? What are you doing? I would like start making her feel uncomfortable for like, because fucking A, this is what pisses me off. Okay. If a man went and did this same routine with a woman, that guy could get in trouble so quickly. He would be accused of sexual harassment. He could be accused of sexual assault. And so let's talk about privilege. Who has privilege? A gorgeous woman like this going up and doing that with men has some kind of privilege. And the foundation of that privilege is her gorgeous body, her gorgeous looks. She looks like one of the Marvel super characters here. I don't remember what the name of the actress is. Super pretty. I like how she doesn't. So now I'm doing the beauty critique, okay? Live with me while I do the beauty critique. It's what I want to do. She's hot, and she has no tattoos. She has a smoking body, a great face. 9 out of 9. You get a 10 out of 10 if I thought you had a good personality. But I'm taking one more off. Because of your personality being willing to do a social experiment like this. You're an 8, even though, you know, if you were a better person, you'd be a 10. You understand the nature of how I'm judging you, honey bunch? I'm judging you. I'm judging you right now. He's like, what?
Oh my God.
And you know,
Yes?
he's just like, I'm so hot. No, you're not, dude. No, and here's what I think is guys are so dumb. Now, this is what, like, thinking with your dick means. You can't tell that this woman is not for real. Like, you think she's serious. And you think so much of yourself that you're like, of course she's serious. This must happen to you all the time, I presume. No, I mean, but you are surprised acting. I don't know, dude. Give me a break.
No? Pretty please? You can just kind of lay there and I'll
Pretty
just
please.
do my thing.
Why not?
Okay, let's go.
Dude.
I just want to ask you guys
Holy cow.
if you
1
would
to
be
1.
down to have sex with me.
Both of us. I will
But,
definitely have sex with you.
like literally right
Just
now.
like-
We're
Where do you
not
wanna go?
joking.
I
Like, our
want
house is like
sex-
Let's
right
go.
over there.
I'll go
Let's
with you
go.
right now.
Right
Very
now?
willing
Are
young
you
man.
down?
Yeah, why not?
Wanna have
Very
sex?
willing young man. This is my
Well,
girlfriend.
since she's my girlfriend,
Oh, you guys are together?
yeah.
See, so even that makes it a step more rude. Social experiment. Like, again, like instead of taking her seriously, you should be like, what's going on here? Am I being filmed? This is some kind of fucking shit you're pulling, right? And like, I would be aggressive about it. I'd be like, you tell me the truth right now. I want to know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean,
Now, though, let's assume this is a real proposition, okay? And I don't know how you can ascertain that without going through it. Like, are you going to rob me? But let's assume this is a real proposition. Let's assume for some reason I have a feeling that this is real. Like, there's a gorgeous woman here. First of all, a woman who does that and is serious would be mentally screwed up in the head. So then, you know, you get into these moral scruples I have, like you're taking advantage of a woman. But then, like, so again, so if she's serious, I can't even say yes because I'm Mr. fucking moral scruples. What kind of fucking man am I? What I need is a hard on because then my mind gets scrambled and I'm like, oh, I don't care. What you need to do is grab my crotch and get me really hard and then I can't think straight. And then you just practically lure me into the sin by getting me aroused. And it's like, I don't know. This is fucking nuts. It's truly nuts what this is all about here. Three
So no?
guys have said yes. Two
wanna have
guys have
sex with
said
me?
no.
yeah. My house is like right over there.
This young guy, yeah. No even thinking about it. Just, do you want to have sex with me? Yeah. Yeah. No, oh, of course. These guys don't even think twice in this crazy world. So I assume these guys, especially one who says yes as readily as this one, and the kid holding the guitar earlier, they are just young horn dogs. They can't even think straight. I guarantee you I could have gotten sucked into a situation like that when I was much younger, but now I'm just so skeptical and cynical of the world. I'm like, you don't want me. This is a social experiment, right? And if I get that right, would you please then consent to having sex with me? At least let me go through the motions of taking you out to dinner and making it feel like I don't have to feel bad when we do it later on. I feel strongly about this video.
I don't know if this is serious. Would you like to hang out with us first?
Not
Do you want us
really.
Would you like to hang out with us first? Yeah. I would like to have sex with you, but would you like to hang out with us first? And by the way, I have a soy voice. It doesn't mean I don't have enough testosterone in my system to want to screw you. I certainly do. I want to screw you. Can I screw you right now? Testosterone and you.
I'm sorry, yeah. Just it'll be like really quick, like 15 minutes.
That's totally fine.
Really quick. Yeah, I bet it will be really quick. It would be really, I guarantee you, it would probably take me less than 5 or 10 minutes the first time with you. But then you go through it all and you get bored performing again and again and again and again with the same person. You're like, I'm bored now. Can you put on a wig? I just need that variety to trick my mind, and I appreciate it. I know you're you, and I will expect to respect you for you, but put on a wig. Put on these colors of these clothing items. The colors really blow my mind. The color red. I want my mind to think you're ovulating. Put on red, sweetheart. Put on red. Sometimes bright pink is nice. Those are my favorites, I think. Red and pink, but especially the red. Go with red.
All right, ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I better not be getting robbed right now.
Let me know if this is too forward.
Would you like to hang out with us first?
Hold on, I'm on the. Mom, can I call you back? Okay.
Mom. Mom, can I call you back? Mom, I really got to call you back, Mom. Oh my God, this hot woman is asking me for sex, Mom.
Sorry, I know, on the phone with your mom. Sorry.
Where's the camera?
It's in my house.
I'm gonna have to
where's the
respectfully
camera?
decline. I'm sorry.
So I'm proud of this guy. He knows something's up. Where's the camera? Dude, that's exactly what I would be like. Gorgeous women have never come up to me and just offered sex to me. I've had hot women come up and start grinding on me when they were drunk, and I don't think that's the same thing. It's not a fucking offer of sex. Offer me sex and mean it, and have no diseases, and have a fucking clear-cut contract where it's like, yes, we're consenting to do this. We're going there now. We're going to do this. I'm not being robbed, and I don't know how to do it without feeling like someone's trying to pull the wool over my eyes, kidnap me, rob me. I'm so cynical of all of you people.
Sex with me?
Are you out of your mind?
Well, maybe a little bit.
You been drinking?
In kind
Are
of
you
the
out
best
of your
way.
mind?
Nope, I'm completely sober.
You out of your mind?
In the best kind of way.
Come to my house once.
Okay. Oh, is this your dad? Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I just had a quick question for you. Yeah. I was just walking around. I saw you from across there. I was
So that's even more weird and suspect. That
curious if maybe
is that your dad? So that's his daughter, and you're coming up and saying that. And imagine if you went up to someone really conservative, that could be very offensive. And so you're not going up threatening to kill people like asshole before, but you're going up and you don't know who you're confronting. And so like, I suppose they don't want to be on it. I'd be kind of upset if I didn't like it and you blurted my face out and put it online anyway. Blurred my face out.
you want to have sex with me.
No.
You want to have sex with me.
Are you what?
Yes.
I love the look on these guys' faces when they first.
You want to have sex with me.
Are you what?
Yes. I'm serious. Like my house is like right there.
All right, I'm down.
Okay.
All
let's do
right,
it.
all right, I'm down. Yeah, okay. At least men will be men. Some men will just say yes like that, and this man has not yet had the world crush his fucking spirit like I have, and so he's down to do it. And he's like, oh yeah, okay, you were joking, but I still consent to having my face on here because I'm an attention to. Maybe it'll get me laid eventually anyway. Maybe if you put it out there on the whatever channel, someone's going to screw me. Way to go, guy.
Will you have sex with me?
I can't.
Maybe you'd want to have sex with me.
I can. Very effeminate acting response from that guy.
Yes.
Want to have sex with me?
Not even 2 seconds consider. Yes. Not even you're crazy. There's just like, yes. Opportunity. You got to go for that opportunity, guys. Hot woman says, do you want to have sex with me? You just say yes. What? What's going on here? Why would that thing? Oh, I guess I understand. Whatevs. All right. That was an imperfection of mine. I did not set that behind me to the start.
No? Maybe you wanted to have sex with me. Oh, you guys are dating?
Yeah.
No, that guy should have dumped. Imagine if he dumped his girlfriend for her.
You guys can do rock, paper, scissors.
Shit. Yeah, they're going to play rock, paper, scissors to see who gets to screw her. All right. I guess, did I not have that on that screen? Oh, well, onward. That is a good video. It's emotionally provoking for me. Asking guys for sex. Okay, so let's see. Ryan tweeted out a video that I thought had some really interesting stuff in it. Rian Stone. When I say Ryan, I'm referring to Rian Stone. And it's a chick talking to Jedidiah, and can't remember what they were talking about, but I felt I felt sort of strong about what was being said. I recall that. So we'll come here and we'll review that real quick. I'll play it for you.
Do you understand why guys would have a problem with a woman with a high body count, though? Do you understand the logic behind it?
I think it's insecurity. That's where it comes from. I think it's insecurity. That's where it comes from.
That's retarded. I'm already off to the races with this one. Like, guys, if you think if you have a problem with a woman who has screwed a lot of men, you're insecure. Yeah, you have nothing to be afraid of. If she's into you, she'll just be into you. Never mind that those could be just construed as loose moral. That's a simple-minded way of thinking, even though it could be loose morality all the way. So she's hot. I imagine based on what she's saying, she's justifying a high body count for herself.
Do they really want to have a woman that is just a virgin? Because she's not gonna.
Oh, this is dumb
good,
too.
And she's
Really
gonna
dumb.
have no experience.
They don't need you to be good, though.
That's so boring. Isn't that
It's
boring?
not.
No, she's thinking way too much of herself. Honey, you don't have to do anything. If you're pretty enough, a hot man just wants you to lie there and take it while he gets his rocks off. You bet. You know, there are certain things you can do to make it more fun, more exciting, but you're way overvaluing the cost of experience. In my life, let me be honest with you right now. There are a couple girls I was with who were virgins at the time. And in that moment of being virgins, they were not especially into the act because it's like, it's not especially fun the first time you do something, but upon repeating the act, they start to enjoy themselves. They build confidence. So she's dumb, actually, because you know what? You can build a rapport with someone, and it's like, oh, goody. It's fun then all of a sudden. You know how easy it can get? It can easily become fun. And I don't go, oh, you're a virgin. You haven't. Like, what is it in your mind that makes you think guys want to be with a super high body count woman? I don't get that at all.
That's so boring.
I'll tell you what,
That's
it's not.
so
It's not boring. That's
just
her idea. Boring to you. Boring to you. I remember a skit from Saturday Night Live where Jack Black was some kind of demon dude out in the woods or something. I don't remember what specifically. And so these guys brought him a virgin from the village, and they're like, here's a virgin. And he said something like, hey, listen, do me a favor. Take this virgin back to town and trade her for a real whore. Because being a virgin on paper, that sounds good and all, but a whore is really fun. So I guess she's espousing the virtue of whores. And there is a beauty to innocence, and there's a beauty to building chemistry with someone that you're really into. Who cares if she's a virgin? You get used to one another, and you start to enjoy one another, and you don't have the preconceived expectation of like, oh, this wasn't as good as when I did it then. And that's why I think they say that statistics show that marriages do not last. When the women have a high body count, they're much more likely to end in divorce. Women settle for beta guys and fucks that aren't as good all the time because they can't stop dreaming of that guy they used to screw.
Transactional to me. It just sounds so boring. I don't know.
That's very strange too.
Yeah.
It sounds
annoying.
transactional for a virgin.
I like
what does that even mean? Transactional. Like people learn to express their intimacy with one another. Let's take a musical fucking metaphor, for example. Like I've had musicians I played with where it wasn't quite jiving at first when you're jamming. This is the metaphor for having sex with a virgin. But the more you jam, the more it's like, oh, I see what chords he's playing. I see what we're doing. And then, you get used to one another over time. And after a year of jamming with people, you can be tight. And it's not boring. It's fun learning together. Okay? Whether you're jamming in a band or whether you're screwing a virgin. It's okay to screw virgins. If they're into it and you really want to develop that chemistry with one another, I say go for it. I'm very off-put by the girl on the left. I can't even tell you who she is.
because you haven't been with anyone.
experience.
It's like you haven't been with anyone. That's why I like you. I think that's crazy. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me at all.
Well, you can understand.
That's because you have obviously been with many guys, and you feel insecure thinking that guys think less of you. So in fact, you're projecting your insecurity onto men about men thinking less of you, when in fact the inversion of what you're saying is not true. That's why it's projection. I think I just made sense of what I was saying. My brain is getting scrambled. Time is running long.
They're religious, that comes from a different place, right?
So yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So guys that are alpha guys that are, want to be, head of household and consider themselves leaders and want to, provide for their women.
Oops.
And they don't find it unattractive that a woman would have inexperience, because they feel like, what's going to make that experience in the bedroom so powerful is not that she can bounce off the walls or knows all these tricks or knows all these sexual things and look, she's doing something like out of a porno. That's not what's appealing to them. What's appealing is that she's really excited to be there for him. She's present. She's loyal. She's committed. And he doesn't need her to be an acrobat. He just needs her to be loyal. So that's where they're coming from. It's not appealing. The sexual promiscuity.
Thank God for Jedidiah, honestly. So, I mean, like, she expresses herself in this discussion much better than I do, because I take it as a point of offense. And that's probably my own flaw, my own personal flaw. You just put this out here. I was like, would this look cooler if I put this out right now? I think it might. We'll just see how that looks. No, I don't like it. We'll put it back now. And back to the virginal talk. And so Jedidiah is doing a much better job expressing insightfully her objection to what this promiscuous lady is saying. See how I have this offending nature? It's like I'm offended, and maybe that is a sign of insecurity with me. I readily admit it. But why don't you admit it's an insecurity with you, not you, Jedidiah, the other promiscuous lady, that when you screw a lot of men and men don't like it, you feel insecure about it. So you feel compelled to label those guys as insecure, when in fact, my dear, my darling, you are insecure. Ooh. Sigmund Freud would be so proud of me now for my wicked insight. And I'm so grateful to him for what I have garnered in the way of knowledge. The godfather of psychology. Addicted to cocaine. Obsessed with sex. He shines upon me now from the grave to express myself here and now with these ladies.
Is a turnoff, because then that means if she's doing all this stuff, she got a lot of practice with all these other guys. That's not special to me anymore. That's somebody who's more likely to cheat.
Are we talking about
stray.
sex or dating?
Sex. I'm talking about sex.
Talking about sex. Let's
I'm
talk
gonna
about
assume that
sex,
they probably
baby.
dating. If
Let's
she's gone
talk
to that
about
step, they're
you
probably dating,
and
right?
me.
Probably.
Let's talk about
I mean, you never,
all the good
probably.
things and the bad things.
It doesn't make sense to me.
You don't see that at body count.
No, because if she's picked to be
I readily admit my my fucking bias here that I just don't like her attitude. She's hot, and she's the type of woman I want to have sex with, but she's right. I'm insecure. If she's screwed a million guys, then I am going to come to it insecurely. And I might be a little shy with a virgin at first, but if we develop that chemistry I was talking about, that comfort level, it's hard to be with a chick you know who's screwed a million guys, and a lot of them have probably had bigger dicks than you. And I don't know. I can last a long time because you're probably 6 feet tall in like a giant cavern and want it really small. Like, never mind. I'm getting too far out there. I'll close out of this. Wait, no, where am I on time right now? I'm at 50 minutes. Shit. I kind of said what I wanted to say about this. And, well, that was a good one. So actually what Ryan says is kind of funny here. His tweet was, the girl on the right looks like the girl on the left chose the wrong cup of Christ. And what does that mean? Is that a knock that's saying that Jedidiah does not look as good? And I mean, because I think Jedidiah is a foxy lady, and her attitude is what I'm attracted to with her. That she's not super shallow. That's what makes Jedidiah. So, like, if we're just talking a straight fuck, and if the left one makes me believe, like a good whore should, that my sex is good, that you liked it even if you didn't, then I value that sex with you. But if you make me feel like a chump who can't please you, what the hell would I want to have sex with you for anyway? But like, just lie there. Jedidiah is right. Shut up, lie there. I'm there to pleasure someone who wants me to pleasure them, but I'm not there to pleasure someone who has that attitude. I'm so shallow. Oh, Lord, everyone. Excuse me, I'm just going to the next video right now. I'm already in enough trouble here for the way I talk, for the way I think. I know the parasites are going to dig it up and they're going to be like, Your Honor, we have 1,000 pages of him being really rude and crass. Oh my God, are you going to take it for real, Your Honor? Is he just engaging in satire? Oh, I identify as someone who wants to engage in satire. I want to engage in you know what. Satire, magic word. That's my word. Be silly, willy, all the way up and down the hilly. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to go through this video a little bit. I doubt that I'm going to watch the whole thing because I am running out of time here. So this is a discussion about religiosity. Guys finding religion in a convenient time for some ulterior motive, contrived reason. I think that's what I recall it being about. Let's just see how we like it. Shall we?
There are some guys in the space. Sneeko is one. I think Andrew Tate to a degree, although I haven't had an in-person conversation with him, so it's hard to gauge that, are finding religion. Okay, they're claiming that, or claiming that they're finding religion. I do believe Sneeko is authentic. I had a long conversation with him about it. And as a result of finding that, they have changed their views on promiscuity as it relates to men. I think you've seen from Andrew as well, kind of a rejection of hedonism, and he's coming out and speaking a little bit more. It's just a different voice when it comes to all of this stuff. Does that change what's happening? Rollo, I asked you.
It's an interesting question.
Does it change what's happening in the red pill space? How do you think that is being received? Do you think it's? How do you feel about it?
It's part of the script, is what it is.
So do you think it's inauthentic?
Okay, so just to clarify one itty bit of something or other here. What?
Well, to an extent.
So these are, I've been branding these guys here. These two specific guys, I've been calling them like the Testy Brothers because they're both on testosterone, which I'm jealous because I kind of want to do that, but with the high cholesterol and stuff, I'm scared. And that spike protein in the food, I'm going to fucking die if I go that route. But so the Testy Brothers here are on testosterone, and even though that's not Christianity, that's doing something conveniently timed to prolong your careers, to boost as much manhood as you can without actually putting in work, by the way. It takes no work. It takes money to like inject it into your arm, but it takes no real work. And I'm glad that it makes you want to work out and stuff. There are like a lot of benefits. It probably like based on what I've heard a lot of guys taking it saying. But these are the Testy Brothers, and they're talking about religion, and I don't want to go down that. So I'm calling them Testy Brothers, short for testosterone-enhanced gentlemen who want to prolong their brand as middle-aged men by taking the testosterone replacement therapy.
If it's not inauthentic, it's bloody convenient. So, by the way, Sneeko, Tate, anybody else who suddenly found religion after the red pill, you
know
not
why
the
it's
first.
offensive
It's not
to
a
me?
novel idea.
It's precarious to me. No, here's what's bugging me. Like, I saw a clip of Jim Carrey earlier today talking like he found Christ, and it was presumably sincere. And regardless of what I think of the man, I'm very reluctant to call people out for that it's not real and that it's fake, because I want them to be sincere, and I don't want to discourage someone who's sincere by making them think that, well, people don't even believe you anyway. I want to give people a chance. There are such things as charlatan pastors. I can think of one now that I won't name by name just because I don't want to be critical like that. But you're talking about people are engaging in a form of charlatanism. Is that a word? I think so. And it's convenient for their brand. And I'm just pointing everyone has something that might appear convenient, but it's really a heavy criticism. If someone is sincere, but you're doubting their sincerity, who is it in a position to doubt that sincerity better than God? Like, God knows I've been trying my ass off to be a better person, and I've been failing miserably, to be perfectly honest with you, in certain respects. And I'm not even talking about on here. Sometimes I even question my behavior on here because I'm like, oh, what would I think if I were God? And I'm thinking, oh boy, I'm sitting here like I'm making a record of my sin, the way I treat people, the way I judge people. And so I try to come back to a centered place of humility when I say that. But it just frustrates me that these guys, they're quick to judge, like it's convenient, but I'm really one who is reluctant to necessarily prejudge the sincerity of someone's coming to Christ moment in life. Like, I find it very moving when people come to Christ, and I don't want to criticize it because I'm hoping, for all practical purposes, that it's totally real. So come on, guys, tell me more.
I can go back to Roosh V, who decided, one of the most notorious pickup artists through the late 2000s, all through the 20-teens, suddenly finds Orthodox Christianity right around 2017, 2018, when the grift of what he was doing wasn't working for him anymore. So then what happens is they play the prodigal son card, which is, if you know anything about the story of the prodigal son, it's the prodigal son goes out, he takes his father's inheritance, goes out into the wide world.
I know the story of the prodigal son. I'm not sure how it applies to Roosh. Are you sure that he wasn't sincere at the moment in time when he found Christ? Because maybe he did reach the end of the line. You call it the grift, the end of the line in the grift. You reach a certain point in life. We go through many points in life where we have to redefine ourselves. You two go and take testosterone. Why? Like, that's convenient. You're reaching the end of the point in the grift, right? So you take testosterone and it makes you feel how does it make you feel? Like more manly? It prolongs that masculine grift that you do take part in just as much as you accuse of others. Like, I realize you have a body of work. It's intellectual. A lot of it, I think, is valid. But grifting is grifting no matter who is doing it. I play the guitar. Do I grift in guitar? You could look at it that way, but I love the guitar. What makes it sincere versus grifting? You guys, I'm going to wrap this one up right now because I'm at my hour, and I think I will return to this particular video because I do find the nature of this discussion fascinating. 1 minute, 29 seconds is what I'll come back to. If you enjoyed this, I'm glad. I had fun doing it today, and I realize a little aggressive and over the top at times. I don't take that for granted. World Enslavement Forum. If you like this, please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share it with your friends. Put it on in the background when you're doing busy work in your house. Dry mopping the floor, put on this. Give me a shot, I say. And I would encourage everyone out there to develop a long attention span for life. Not just for me, but because I think it's better for your mind. A long attention span meaning don't forget things that happened 3-6 months ago, a year ago. When people, duplicitous people, fuck you over. You know what I'm saying? I really actually do appreciate people who reach out and engage with the show. For this week, I just want to say peace be with you all for this day. 1 hour is good enough. 1 hour is good enough.